What is up? It's the Fit Gear Hunter, and today we're going to look at a simple video for how to change the watch band on the 950, the Garmin Forerunner 955 to a quick fit version. It's really sort of uber simple, you know, something that you've seen on the Fenix 6 and the Fenix 5 is they have these little spring-loaded bands you just pop off. You can buy for super cheap on Amazon, and then you just pop in different colors. You can mix and match. It's an easy and fun way to customize your watch. And as I just got the 955 and the 255, I'm going to release the initial review for the 955 after a second workout. I did one workout under it, so I just want to show you the heart rate accuracy because it was uber accurate the first workout, but it wasn't a lot of wrist flex. So I'm going to do another workout tomorrow morning and I'll have another comparison for that. But I just sort of walk you through the 955 as well as an initial review for the 255. That'll come down the pipe in the next couple of days. But as I've released in the last couple of days how to set up your watch, I thought this is actually kind of informative or helpful. So as it was before, like let's say the Fenix 7 or 6 series, Fenix 6 series. Basically, the quick fit was that sort of spring-loaded release band. It wasn't like where you get your fingernail in there and you open it. That's what's called a quick release, and we'll look at these in a second. So what the quick fit is it basically on the Fenix 6, there was just a regular spring bar, but it was a fat spring bar. And what came on the 955, and we'll look at this in a second close up, is just sort of a fixed band. So there's not a release mechanism for this. But it actually is just a regular old spring band that you can change out and then put the spring back in by itself. And then after you do that, you can get this, you know, $16 leather band. You can get a mixture of colors of rubber bands. These are all 22 millimeter quick fits. You can change out the band to one of the Nick Mankey design bands, which is like wearing a band that hugs your wrist like a hug, or any of these Velcro bands where you just slide it in. You don't even have to take the pins out once you put them back in. So once you have the pins back in, you can snap on the quick fit, easy, ready to go. You can slide in and out the Velcro band. So it gives you a world of options with your new 955 to be able to make it custom to whatever the look you're going for or what you would find fun, or just go on Amazon. So when you go to Amazon, you're just looking for 22 millimeter quick fit. Nothing fancy. There'll be like a million listings for Fenix 6 compatible quick fit bands, or Fenix 5 compatible, not 6X, not 6S, but 6, 5, 7, all of that. Now, something that was different with Fenix 7 and the Epics, same 22 millimeter width, but the bands on the Fenix 7 and Epics are more fixed in place. So it's not the traditional spring-loaded band. So you have to like watch a video on how to like take an X-Acto knife to try to get in there, because it has some spring mechanism like further in there, so it's just harder to get out. But the 955 is not like that, and so it is easy. And I'm gonna open it with some simple household objects so you don't have to go look for a fancy tool to get any of this done, and then you're off to the races with using any of the quick fit bands, and we'll take a look at it in a second. So with that, let's dive in. All right, folks, so what is this ghetto collection of items? Well, this is the 255, this is the 955. I wanted to show you the 255, what a quick release looks like. This over here is the Instinct 2. So what we want to do, so if you look at the 955, this is the 955, and you can see it. You can also see the 255. I just want to show these things off because, again, these are new devices. I think the 255 is actually pretty awesome with this little accent neon line. And it does sit more flush on the wrist because even though it's 1 millimeter thinner, and I'll do a full in-depth review of all this stuff, even though it's 1 millimeter thinner, it feels more thin. Look at that, the heart rate is more raised on the 955. So this is what quick release looks like. This is just where you put your fingernail in there and you pop it out, and you can quickly change that to any quick release. But the quick fit, which I did think was coming on the 955, these have what's called fixed band, which just means it's an old school spring in there. And it's also what came in the Instinct 2, just an old school spring, and you just had a regular band, but you want to basically get the regular band out and then buy your quick fit band. That's just these little spring loaded. You can get them super cheap on Amazon and you basically look for anything that's Fenix 6, Fenix 7, you know, anything quick fit 22 millimeters, and they're really cheap, but the best thing about it is just that right there, that they're super easy. Plus, when you switch out to this type of band, you can do other things. So you can switch in, this is the Nick Mankey band, which means you have to take the pins out, put that down, and then put the pins back in. But you also have the flexibility when you can have these quick fit removable, you can use a Velcro band. Again, this Velcro band was like super cheap. Like it's either $7 or $13, but you're basically dropping things, clearly. You're sliding it through the line there and then back through this line, so you never take the pins out, but you need to have the band out of the way to be able to slide it out. So I have some tools here and move everything over so it's clearly in the light. This is a regular tool. I'll put this in the description below. This is like a $7 tool you can get on Amazon, and it basically just has this little pry bar with a little grabber for the, so you just slide that in to the clasp there, push it in there, and it'll spring out the pin. But we're not going to use that, folks. I want to see how hard or how easy it is to use a regular butter knife. So you're just going to put this in between. I like to put some pressure down. So I'm like putting some pressure down to expose the pin a little bit, and then you just sort of lean it up in there, and then you just try to see, easy peasy with a butter knife. Came off like butter. So now we're going to go to a pocket knife, because pocket knives are also very regular. So you slide it in there, don't cut yourself, don't cut the band, and you just get the edge, and maybe get the edge easy, easy, easy. So then you're going to want to push one side, and what do you see? This is not a regular spring pin. This is a fat spring pin. This is a fat spring pin that works super effectively for the quick fit, because the quick fit, if you looked at that one that I showed you, it's got some hardware to it. So you know, you don't want to have a regular quick release or a regular pin. You want to have a fat one. So when you go to put it back in, you slide one side in, and then you just hold it there. And then here's where you want to be really careful, because you don't want this thing to spring out and disappear into the carpet. So you're just going to get it down, slide it in there. That's typically what I'll do. And then I'll put like a finger up in front of it so that if it does spring out, but I'll just sort of hold it with my two fingers until I slide it in place. And that, folks, is how you take care of business. So now on this one side, you can take many, many options. Let's just look at a couple of them, shall we? So you can take a regular rubber option. Oh, no, you can't take that one. I grabbed the wrong band. So you can obviously take the regular rubber option and just snap it in place, just like that. Works perfectly. You can take a leather option. This little leather band was like $16. It's really thick, so it's not the most comfortable. It would take like a year to break in. There, and now you have a much sharper look to your new 955. Obviously the 955 is an all plastic body, so it's going to have more of a basic look to it. But I will say, just looking at the feel so far for the bands for the 955, I really like it. I think it's comfortable. It's a thick rubber. It's got some good elasticity to it. And overall, I'm actually going to go back to this. I'm not going to go back to the quick fit just yet, or I'm not going to change all this up just yet, but I want to show a video of how to do it. And there you have it. I mean, that's easy. It's an easy way to change up your watch to make it sort of where you can go buy $7 bands, or you can buy a collection of like 4 different colors for $22 on Amazon, and there are a million different options. I've got a leather option that turned out rigid. I bought my friend a leather option that turned out to be like a rubber backing. It was super flexible, but it still had the appearance of leather. So because the Fenix 5 and the Fenix 6 and the Fenix 7 and the Epics all use a 22 millimeter quick fit, there are a gajillion options on Amazon for you to go and make your new 955 completely compatible with all of them and customized to your liking. So with that, it's a quick fit hunter. It's the Fit Gear Hunter. Thanks so much for watching.